So we get done the wedding. It was a great time, right? I did the last drop or whatever, the encore or whatever. Everything went great, right? Thank you. We're packing up. And then the bride and groom come up to me and they're like, oh my God, everything was great. Thank you so much. Blah, blah, blah. And the bride was like, thank you so much. Everything was awesome. I've been watching your stories and I know this is your 4th wedding this weekend. And you couldn't even tell. Oh, I'm just so happy, blah, blah, blah. Right? Thank you. All right. Have a great night. Why did she say that? Okay. It made me think. Maybe I overanalyze shit, but I do it for a reason. Why did she say that? Why would the bride say, listen, I was watching your stories and I know this was your 4th wedding this weekend, but I couldn't even tell it was your 4th wedding. You crushed it. The energy. Great. She said that because she was watching my stories. She was watching me DJ a wedding Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and obviously thinking in her head holy fuck, by the time Nick gets to my Sunday wedding, he's going to be pooped. I hope he's good. I'm getting the washed up guy, I'm not getting the fresh Thursday night guy. I'm getting the washed up 4th wedding in a row guy. And I wanted to talk to you guys about this. This brings up a good point because I've been meaning to talk to you guys about IG stories in general, right? So let's talk about IG stories. I'm going to give you some tips for IG stories. Like my graphic? I'm proud of this one. I'm pretty proud of this one. So here's some tips for this. I'm just going off the top of my head. This is just off the whim here, but number one, to the point where where the bride said that, right? It's a perfect example to know that your couples are watching your story. You never know who's watching, but if you do, if you promote your Instagram, in your emails and stuff, and your couples will follow you on Instagram regardless. They'll find you. You're their wedding DJ, right? They're watching your stories. They're always watching. So you always have to think about perception and what they're thinking about what you're doing. I made it a point. Now I always think about this in the back of my head. So I made it a point to never, throughout this whole weekend, never complain on my stories, for example, saying that, one more wedding and I'm all done. It was never that. I was like, all right, wedding 4, baby, let's go. You know what I mean? I always tried to stay energetic in my stories. I always try and stay excited and everything else. Not that I'm faking it because I really am excited, but if I was tired, I'm not going to talk about it. Okay. If I was oh, can't wait for this weekend to be over. If that's how you're feeling, you don't want to talk about that in your stories. You never know who's watching because now, your couple's going to see that and be worried. I mean, I didn't do that and my couple was still worried just for the simple fact that I had 4 weddings in a row. I got 4 weddings this weekend. I'm going to be all over my story, but I'm not gonna be, there's not gonna be no negativity there. Okay. So always think about the perception that you're putting out there, but don't overthink it where you're being a robot and you're just so worried about what you're saying or what you're doing. Be yourself, but just think about, what your couples are thinking and that sort of thing. Don't complain about doing your job or anything like that. Another thing I wanted to talk to you guys about when it comes to IG stories is just what a big opportunity they are for all of us and to use them correctly. And I see so many DJs getting this wrong and I wanted to address it and hopefully this helps somebody. You could take my advice or not. I don't give a shit, but trust me. Okay. IG stories get on average 2 to 4 times the engagement as an Instagram post would get. Okay. All day. Doesn't matter how big your page is or whatever, all day. If you do it correctly, you will get 2 to 4 times the engagement. So if you post a picture and you get an average of 50 likes, you should have about 100 people at least watching your Instagram stories, okay? They do it because of the quick form, right? They say it's because of the quick form. You click on stories, you just keep swiping, tap, tap, tap. You can just go through a bunch of stories. It's just something to do. It's not a nervous click, not you know what I mean? Not a kink, but what's a word? It's just something, if you're bored or you're waiting in line to buy something, you go on the stories and you can swipe through, you know what I mean? It's just easy to consume rather than going through a post and, double clicking to like it and all that. Views are easier to come by on stories. So it's a huge opportunity because the Instagram stories on Instagram is the number one thing. You get the most engagement on that than anything else. The engagement is through the roof on stories. So you have to utilize them right. And to me, for Instagram stories, the best way to utilize them is just to be real and to give like candid, like real, like footage of like happening there. And what I mean by that, a lot of DJs take video or take pictures and then a day later post the video and pictures on their story. So I guess it's like not good enough to be a regular post, a mainstay post on their Instagram. So they just put it on their story. Oh, here's a recap of my wedding, or here's some dance floor footage from my wedding. And it's like not even full. You see how I'm full screen here? It's not. It's just cut off like this. It's just like a video that's cut off like this, essentially, right? Nobody likes that. Nobody's going to like that. Some people will watch whatever, you'll get some engagement, but like it's so obviously like posted after the fact. The cool thing about stories is it's in the moment. It's what's happening right now. You know, you look, it's like you look at a story, it was posted 34 minutes ago. You could think that, oh wow, this just happened 34 minutes ago. Like that's a big aspect of Instagram stories and why people like them, you know? So utilize them in the right way. Don't repurpose content on them. Like I highly recommend if you're going to post photos, videos, anything on your Instagram story, other than like a swipe up advertisement that I would do for you to watch my show or something like that, use the actual camera in Instagram stories, the actual camera. Okay, live right there, take it. If you swipe out, you have the new iPhone, it'll do the wide angle view. That's what I do with all my stuff. And just try and give people a perspective of like what your day's like. We have cool jobs. Like I get it. We do it every day. And like, you know, a lot of us do a lot of weddings and, you know, it can get like, it's just a job, you know, we're just so used to so many weddings, but to a regular person, it's pretty crazy what we do. We get to see a lot of cool shit, you know? So I've been starting to do like cocktail hour. I don't know if you've seen, if you follow me on Instagram, it's at DJ Nick Spinelli if you don't follow me, but I started doing like ceremony vibes, cocktail hour vibes, reception vibes, and I would do the wide angle lens because the wide angle lens on my phone, the wide angle gives you more of a point of view. It's almost like you're kind of seeing what I see, right? Because it's like you're getting a wider view of like, you know, the peripheral or whatever. And then I would go through and just show my ceremony, what the ceremony looks like if it's cool, the cocktail hour, what that looks like if it's cool, the reception and what that looks like if it's cool. And not only will other DJs, you know, like that or whatever, but regular people like that. Couples will like that. They're giving your parents, your aunts and uncles will like that. Your cousins will like that. If they're getting married, they're looking at venues. Everyone's going to like that because it's interesting. It's like, wow, look at that place he's working at. That looks kind of cool. Or, oh, that's ugly carpet. Or, you know what I mean? They can look and make opinions on it. And it's like you're giving them a glimpse into your world. So I started doing that like recently and have like a lot of success with it. And then like just show them, tell them, let people know what's up. Hey, listen, I'm here. I'm excited. We're about to do this or whatever. We're stopping here, or just, you know, just give them your point of view and what's going on and the behind the scenes and load in and load out and you know, behind your facade and setting this up, or, you know, the drive there or whatever. Just be positive. Don't be negative in any way, but give them that behind the scenes. It's gonna like your engagement will go through the roof. Trust me. I get about 10% engagement on my stories right now, and I'm not like bragging or whatever, but like it's crazy. It's a lot of people. I get a lot of people that watch my stories. 10% of my following on Instagram watches my stories on average, and it opens up a lot of things. I think, you know, I get a lot of messages and stuff, and a lot of, you know, it just people follow you, and then when you go to do somebody's wedding, like when most of my couples, when I go to DJ their wedding, and you know we get there, it's like, oh my God, I'm so excited. I feel like I know you. I've been following all your stories on Instagram, following everything, and I can't wait for you to do this at my wedding. I can't wait to experience this in real life. I've been following this for months and years and everything else, you know? It really, 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 really makes a huge difference in so many ways. You will find if you're consistent with your stories and you use them the right way, you're not repurposing bullshit content. It will pay you dividends in a million different ways. You'll get higher engagement on your posts when you post things on Instagram. You'll get more followers because certain things people will share your story. It's easily shared, so you can share it from like, you know, Instagram to Instagram, and then they can and then they'll look at your story and be like, wow, this guy's pretty cool, and then they follow you and you gain followers from it. You know, you can book weddings this way because, you know, you tag the stories in the right way. If I'm at like a certain venue, I'll tag the venue will share it, and then everybody who's looking at that venue, possibly booking the venue, or maybe just booked the venue and doesn't have a DJ yet, they'll click the story, see how, wow, I packed the dance floor at their very venue, right? Wow, that's my venue. The dance floor's packed. This DJ packed the dance floor at my venue. This is perfect. I need him. He's already done it at this exact venue. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's so many ways to gain business, and then just the whole overall, I love how when couples follow you on Instagram and you stay consistent and they follow you all the way along, they get to know you, And so it's just such a better experience working with them. Like they know what to expect. They know, and that's where being real comes in too. You want to be real. You want to be your true, authentic self. I curse in my stories. I had a joint in my ear in my story the other day. I actually forgot it was there, and after I posted, I was like, oh shit, I left a joint in my ear. Because I was bugging. Me and Santi got to a hotel in Connecticut, and it's like this workout hotel, and it's got like bands and all these workouts, and it had a dry erase board in it, and it was one of those really motivating hotels. So I was all excited about it. I was posting about that or whatever. Just I thought it was cool, and we rolled a joint about to smoke later that night. It was like late at night after the wedding, and I had it in my ear, and I left it. But I left it. You know what? I smoke weed. Whatever. Okay, it's legal in Jersey. I'm not hurting nobody, okay? I got my life together, all right? I can smoke pot, just be yourself. And at the end of the day, if a couple, saw my story and said, oh my God, he curses, I don't like that, or oh my God, he had a joint in his ear, I don't like that, and doesn't book me or doesn't, for some crazy reason, doesn't want to do my wedding or doesn't want me to be their DJ anymore, which like wouldn't happen because, obviously they look at my stuff before they book me, then they're probably not the right fit for me. They're probably not the right couple for me, and I'm not the right DJ for them. So it works out for the best anyway. You get what you put out there. So that's where authenticity comes in. I've said this so many times. I will continue to say it. I don't give a shit. Trust me on this. Just be authentic with it and use it correctly. The IG stories will seriously help all you guys out. It's been helping me, and follow a bunch of other DJs too for inspiration. See what they're doing. See different things. I get ideas from everybody. I'm always looking for different ideas, different things to post on the story or different, because what I found with IG stories too is just like, it's tough if you don't want to do the same exact thing every weekend, right? Here I am. Here's my dance floor pic. See the proof that it's packed pic. Everyone gets that, like the proof. Look, see, I packed the dance floor. See, you can't say I didn't. That sort of thing. Try and get creative with it. Just look for nuance. Look for things that are unique that happen. Unique decorations, unique setups, unique venues, unique situations that happen. Like I put on my story, this one dude came up and sang America the Beautiful at my wedding, a cappella, a couple weeks ago. Put that shit on my story with an American flag, let's go, greatest country on earth, that sort of thing. Just look for unique situations like that, and try and, when you're posting stories, try and think of it from like the people who are watching it, point of view, like what would be entertaining and valuable. Sometimes I'll post a whole story, I'll go all night, and then I'll go back through it at the end of the night and look at all my stories and be like, and I might delete one or two just because like it's just a little too much dancing. It's just like, all right, we get it, they were dancing, and I just save the best clips and keep it more concise, like I really think all this stuff out. It pays dividends if you do it. Trust me. I don't know. That's all I'm going to say about IG. Anyway, sorry. Went a whole fucking IG rant about this. Really pumped about this graphic though again. Like, huh?